And now the end is near.
Beep.
Hey everyone, Joe here from the Minecraft Alliance, and welcome back to yet another episode of Reviewing the Whole Lot, guys. And in today's episode, we are going to be reviewing Deathly Hallows Part 2, the film. Obviously, because the book wasn't split into two parts. Can you imagine that? How horrible that would be, having to wait for the second half of the book to see what Harry defeated Voldemort. Obviously, we knew he would, but anyway. So, Deathly Hallows Part 2, the film. Now, the film, we're going to do the 5-minute rule, and the 5 minutes starts. So I thought someone was coming in, and I'm in the house on my own. I'm at my dad's other way as well. Okay, starts. This might have worked out by the different backdrop. Starts now. Okay, so Deathly Hallows Part 2 was the second film of the Deathly Hallows book, written by Steve Kloves, as per usual, and directed by David Yates, who directed Half-Blood Prince, Order of the Phoenix, Deathly Hallows Part 1. The film opens where the first one left off, with Harry by Dobby's grave, and then they talk to Griphook and Ollivander. It's very interesting. There's some slight differences, but I don't really care because this part isn't really important. For me, the film really kicks off when they break into the Gringotts and when they try and escape on the dragon, which obviously they do successfully, and the scene where the dragon breaks out of Gringotts and it takes a sniff in the air and then flies away. That's the point where that's the big Volta in this film, where it's like, I know, again, if you're an English literature student, you know that Volta is a poetry technique, but I use it to talk about change of tone in any sort of media. Even though, strictly speaking, if I was going to be doing an essay on this film, for some reason, I wouldn't call it Volta. I call it a change in tone, but Volta, for me, is the best way to get across what I mean quickly. And I shouldn't have said that in my 5 minutes. I've got a really itchy eye for some reason. Yeah, so, Deathly Hallows Part 2, film Part 2. Dragon, then Harry gets the visions, he kills everyone, the sword disappears because for some reason Griphook's there, so it implies that Griphook dies, although it's never actually said what happens to Griphook in the Deathly Hallows book, but in the Deathly Hallows film Part 2, it is implied that Griphook dies, which could not be good if they wanted to rewrite the character for some reason. However, Warwick Davis, who played Griphook, did have another opportunity, or another role to play in the film, because he played Flitwick later on in the film, because he plays two characters, same as he did in the first book. Film, not book. Anyway, so, carrying on, we can talk about the Battle of Hogwarts, and the scale. You can really tell that the Battle of Hogwarts is something very big in the movies. They actually built a model. They had a model of Hogwarts, but they actually built, which I've seen, by the way, it's really cool, at the Harry Potter Studio Tours, which you may know was going to be on this list for reviewing, but it's changed so much since I went. I went in 2014, and it's changed so much, and I know someone who went last week, and even, not last week, yeah, it was last week, and they've told me it was so different to what I remember, so maybe not including that on the list for that reason, but if I do go back, I will do another review of it. Someone's hammering next door. Pardon that, an extension put in. Anyway, what was I going on about? Oh yes, Deathly Hallows Part 2, the Battle of Hogwarts. It's coming up to this big climax, and you can really sense it. They built the whole of Hogwarts in CGI in a computer, so they could get some really good shots, and they built sections of it, obviously for the books and such, for the scenes like where Voldemort, when they see the shield getting broken, when Voldemort and Harry have their fight. I do love, it's obviously not in the book, but I do love the way that Harry grabs him, Voldemort. He's like, let's finish this the way we started it, Tom. Together. He puts his arm around him and he's like, together, and he pulls off the edge and they go flying and they land in the courtyard and then they have their duel. That I love. As much as I love the whole circle thing, which again, I think I mentioned it before, but that's them, they're making the Deathly Hallows, I don't know, but anyway. Yeah, so yeah, what was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying, to be honest. I kind of jumped straight to the end of the film, but the battle. One thing I will say before I get to that point: Snape's memories, the Prince's Tale. So well done. I just wish some of the other memories had been included. Like, there's certain memories I can't quite remember. I know they kind of included all the important ones, but it really did. The memories sequence really did, and the Prince's Tale, which is about an hour long in terms of when Stephen Fry reads it. I presume Jim Dale is somewhere around the same length. I don't know, but yeah, basically, I love that. I love that book. Well, I'm going really off tangent today. I'm sorry, I haven't recorded a video in ages. I only recently just wrapped up a video on Love Island, which I basically filmed the rest of. I just needed to do the outro for it. Sorry, because I haven't filmed a video in ages. So yeah, for me, it's great. I love Snape, the Prince's Tale. The King's Cross scene, love it. And I love it, I feel like the book, the film, one of my favourite lines, which is in the film, me and Mum had a big bet about this, but it was, and I was proven wrong, but it wasn't like it was in the book, is, you know, the line where McGonagall was like, when Filch's like, students out of bed, students in the corridors, and McGonagall was like, they're supposed to be, you blithering idiot. I love that bit. That bit is in the film, but to me, as much as I love Maggie Smith and David Bradley, I don't think they quite nailed that the way it was written in the book. I mean, it was still, you know, just checking the time. I'm nearly over, actually. I actually have gone over, so I'm going to keep talking because I have a few more things to say. That scene for me, I loved it in the book, but for the film, it wasn't really that memorable. Which is, I think, I'm just putting my head over the thing so I can see. I'm running at 7 minutes, which is, I think, why I couldn't remember it as much as I could in the film. Why am I really struggling with words today? It's 12 o'clock. I know. Yeah, I think that's why I couldn't remember it as much. King's Cross scene, I loved it. Another line that I really love is, of course this is, I was jumping the gun a bit there, it's like, is this all happening inside my head? Or is this real, or is it all happening inside my head? And then Dumbledore says, of course it is all happening inside your head, Harry, but why should that mean it's not real? I love that, it's got like a meta-commentary on imagination, and I love it so much. And for someone who's autistic, I'm sure you guys know that, but for someone who's autistic and has therefore a very strong imagination, it really is quite good. And then Harry returns, and he's in the forest. The Resurrection Stone bit I loved. I love seeing the actors who played Harry's parents in various flashback and whatnot, having to actually play them like a proper bit where they weren't just like flashback and whatnot. They were actually there, which I thought was really cool. And also, finally, before I wrap up this video, when we get to the fight, the walk in and the little bit where it's like they're talking. One of my favourite moments is the awkward hug and Voldemort's laugh. Both very cringy, but very funny. The hug is interesting because from what I've heard, they did about 20 takes of that scene, that bit, and that was the only take where Ralph Fiennes hugged Tom Felton, and they went with it. I think the awkward hug, I think, just shows his... I heard someone else say this, so I'm stealing people's opinions, but I want to re-emphasise them because I think they're good. It shows his inability to love, because he can't really hug, which I think is quite good. His laugh, I don't know what to say about his laugh, it's just a bit of a weird one. I think he's just maybe a bit giddy because he's one, I don't know. But one of the reasons why I love his laugh is because of all these funny remixes. I can't remember which one it is, but there's one of them where it's like, now is the time to declare yourself dead, and it's I will either link it in the description, or I will, I'll link it in the description because I love it so much. I think that's the Sparta one as well. That's not the Sparta one, is it? No, I can't remember. But that's one of the reasons why I love his laugh. I love the reveal where Harry, when Voldemort, you see the look on Ralph's face, or Voldemort's face, when he realises he's still alive. It's like, you can see that the camera moves towards him. It's not a zoom, the camera moves towards him, and it's like, you can look on his face, it's like, that was when Voldemort knew he'd fucked up big time. expletive. No monetization on this video. Not like I can monetize anymore, but I keep getting off tangent, guys. I do apologise. But yeah, so beep beep boop boop beep, and the final battle was amazing. I do love that. The way Neville killed Nagini was good in the book, but in the film, it really was like bing 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 bing, very good. And then the ending bit, and then he snapped the other one, which he didn't do in the book. No, he didn't. What he did was he repaired his wand, and then he said he was going to put it back where it came from. So he was going to lay it to rest back with Dumbledore, which would have been a challenge for him. But then at that point, he'd already met Dumbledore in the afterlife, purgatory, whatever you want to call it. One other thing I do want to mention. I think it's pretty obvious at this point, not obvious, but I think it's pretty common theory that the thing that was seen in Limbo, or I'll call it Limbo for all intents and purposes, was the part of Voldemort's soul that was in Harry, but resembles. If you look at the film, this could not have been. It's obviously the film, so it's not completely canon compared to the book. But in the film, it resembles what Voldemort looked like. The part of his soul that was left when he was attacked, when he got put into the cauldron and Goblet of Fire. So that, to me, is basically concrete proof. Again, the film isn't 100% canon compared to the book, so we kind of have to take that with a pinch of salt. But to me, that basically says that that was the part of Voldemort's soul that was living inside of Harry has been killed. So he still has the scar, but he can't communicate with snakes anymore, which is one of the things that happened. And he obviously doesn't have any visions for his scar because there's nothing to see. Because see, to me, I'm getting really giddy now, sounding really giddy, but this to me was amazing for Rowling, because it helped to explain to us, the readers, I know this is talking about the film now, not the book, but why did the Dementors have such a big effect on Harry? It's because he has more soul than everyone else does. Voldemort made 8 Horcruxes in total. He made 7. There was a total of 8, and his soul. I think that was right. Let me try and count. So we had the diary, the ring, the locket, the cup, the diadem, the snake, and then Voldemort himself. Yeah. And then Harry, so 8. So there were technically 8 parts of his soul out there, so technically Harry had 9/8 of a soul, which is over a whole soul, which kind of suggests why the Dementors went for him more than the others, and they affected him more than the others. Also, the reason why I don't think this is confirmed, but the reason why he sees his parents, always sees his parents' deaths when that happens, is because that's when this new part of song got added to him. You know. Also, what's the other thing? There was a popular theory not popular, but there's a theory going around that was, I don't know if it still is, but the reason why the Dursleys are so mean to Harry is because he's a Horcrux, and as we know from Ron in Deathly Hallows, the book and the film, part 1, it can change people's moods. So that's the suggestion that people are giving about why the Dursleys are so mean to Harry, because of that, which is interesting. And I gotta say, it's quite an interesting theory. Also, the theory about him, it's all being a dream for him, is quite sad, really. But anyway, guys, that is it, really, for reviewing the whole lot, guys. We'll be reviewing let me pull up the list here. We'll be reviewing the audiobooks by Stephen Fry in the next episode. After that, we'll be looking at The Cursed Child, the manuscript, and then in a short while, when I've actually watched it, we'll be doing Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them Part 1, and when the second film comes out, which I think is quite soon, I'll be doing that one as well. So stay tuned for that, because it'll be coming out very, very soon. Those are all videos that will be coming out as soon as I've recorded them, which should be later on today. Anyway, guys, thank you so very much for watching, guys. This video has been quite a long one. I hope you enjoyed it, though, all the same. And remember, you are awesome. Don't anyone tell you any different. Because you always will be awesome. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye. Bye. See you guys.